Now, discussing and making fun of degeneracy is a pretty recurring topic here on the Asparagus channel. I mean, I've made multiple videos making fun of zoophiles on Twitter and even went outside putting up stickers calling for them to be deported. I've made multiple videos calling out anime fans for their pretty questionable behavior online, and I've made countless other videos talking about topics, all of which involve some kind of deviancy. So when I heard about a man who was into some pretty degenerate kinks, all the while being part of an LGBT non-profit organization, I was like, yes! 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 Fucking finally! I found my next target! So this whole story started when the representative of the autistic community on YouTube, BoBlacks, posted this tweet saying, Tipster has been promoting a super sketchy and creepy trans rescue organization that hosts Discord slumber parties. Now, Tipster himself is not really relevant to the story. I mean, that guy has so much lore, it's gonna take me another 30 minutes to summarize, but basically all you should know is that this Baron Harkonnen from Timo is promoting this pretty sketchy trans rescue organization. So this is the organization that he's talking about. It's called Rainbow Passage. They only joined Twitter last March, they're only following 3 people, and they've only got 114 followers. So yeah, I think this organization looks pretty solid to me. I mean, just look at their website, look how amazing it looks. It genuinely looks like it was made by a 7-year-old who just created an account on Wix.com and suddenly thinks that he's some kind of epic web designer when he can't even like make it look readable. Like, why is the gap between this text and this text non-existent? Why is there a massive gray rectangle just showing the company logo like you already have it here? Like, this site looks as if it was made solely for mobile devices, but it was ported onto PC and now it looks just completely fucky. But if you thought the site looked sketchy, oh boy, just you wait until you see one of the people who works there. So there was this guy who worked at this organization called Animal J. Smith, and he was the director of resettlement, so he was responsible for resettling all the trans kids who wanted to escape, I don't know, being shot at by their parents or something. So this is what the guy looks like. He looks absolutely stunning. Like, honestly, when I look at him, the first word that comes to mind is gay director. Animal J. Smith is a long-time LGBTQ+ AIDS HIV activist based in San Francisco. ACT UP, Queer Nation SF in the 1990s, 34 years living with HIV AIDS. Damn, bro is the Stephen Hawking of the AIDS community. This guy also has an Instagram page, and I mean, it looks normal so far. Here's a picture of him. I'm not gonna lie, with that beard on, he looks more like a gay Russian Orthodox priest. He literally looks like someone who would go to church every Sunday, preach about how Ukraine is a gay Nazi state that has to be destroyed, and then goes back home and has an orgy with 15 guys. So we keep scrolling and nothing seems to be too out of the ordinary so far. What the fuck is that? What the hell is that? Get that shit away from me! What the fuck am I looking at? That is a fucking abomination! Why is he wearing dog masks? What the fuck is that furry drawing? What is this? So it turns out that Animal is not just his first name, it's also what his kink is. Me, down where I belong, looking up at IML Marcus Barella at the SF Eagle Leather Pop Contest. And I mean... I get you're 62 and old people tend to suffer from dementia, but mental illness excuses can only go so far. You've got fucking gloves with puppy paws on them. You've got a fucking bodysuit with fake fur. You got a fucking collar here. You got a fucking dog mask. He's got his hand on your fucking head. What the fuck are you doing, man? Like, something I really want to know is how could have Rainbow Passage overseen this? Because I'm pretty sure before anyone gets hired for a position, the company always does a search check on the internet to make sure they're not up to this deviant shit. So then why did Rainbow Passage not do this? Did they simply forget, or did they find this behavior completely normal? Because if that's the case, I want every single person who works in Rainbow Passage to be put under investigation. And apparently this guy is not only running this Instagram page, but also a podcast called Pop Twigs. Now, as much as I want to bully this guy for content, I seriously don't want to watch this. Like, we already have enough terminally online and retarded people starting podcasts. We don't need another lobotomite, especially one who's wearing a leather dog mask. You know what, actually, fuck it. I sign up for this shit, I'ma deal with the brain damage later.
Tell me a little bit about how you got your name, Puppy Love, and also talk a little bit about your unique puphood. I really like it.
Yeah, they've got no mouths. so he has to drink through a straw, which is
Bro,
quite...
there is no way he just said he had to drink with a straw because that mask has no mouth. There is no way this guy goes around wearing that mask on a day-to-day basis, because if he does, then he deserves to get a dog treatment, and by that I mean he deserves to be put down like a dog. Honestly, any person who indulges in this kind of degeneracy needs two things: a chemical castration and a lobotomy. But if you thought that was some high-grade weird shit, you haven't seen anything yet, because this guy is also part of a community dedicated to 9/11 roleplay. Let me repeat that. He is part of a community. He's not even part of it. He is the leader of a community which does 9/11 roleplay. Here we got a tweet from Toastify who says, Animal J. Smith, the guy who runs Rainbow Passage, well, actually a director of a subdivision, apparently had a 9/11 roleplay where people get in Discord and watch the footage of the attacks and react as if they were watching it on that day. Bro, what the fuck am I reading? How the fuck does that even work? So the plane hits and everyone suddenly goes, oh my god, the plane just hit the towers, and then someone role-playing as if they were inside one of the towers goes, oh my god, it's fire, oh my god, I'm burning. Tomorrow we will be having 9/11 RP night starting at the usual time for movies. We will be watching full TV coverage of 9/11 and pretending this is the first time we've seen it. You must be in character in the VC. Jesus fucking Christ. No one's taking me up on it yet, but we're still 2 weeks out. I'm actually serious with this offer. Really? You're serious about this? Why? I'm an established performance artist and composer with 33 years of experience and trained as an actor, director, and playwright at Trinity Rep Conservatory in Providence in the 1980s. Well, just because you got a fancy degree at a fancy college doesn't mean you have to apply it to everything, especially not to shit like 9/11 roleplay. I've got years of experience in real life and online roleplay, improv, and coaching, and I am the second earliest pup in the king practice of pub play. That's a fucking title you're proud of? The second earliest pup in the king practice of pub play? Just... oh my god, bro, I wanna fucking die. This roleplay could be a real help for folks who have unresolved issues around 9/11 or who want a deeper understanding of the events of that day. You do realize that therapy exists, medication exists, you don't need to participate in this. I don't think that's even going to be helpful at all. There's no psychological study that proves that participating in roleplay of 9/11 has any kind of positive influence on how you perceive of those events, or if that helps you overcome your PTSD. It's just a bunch of yapping. That's literally all this fucking shit is. It's yapping with no fucking proof. Now, ever since Boblax and Larix did their streams about this whole debauchery, Animal has announced that he has resigned from Rainbow Passage and he has resorted to threatening people with lawsuits. So we got a message from a person here saying, you are 60 years old, sir. Don't you have better things to do instead of trying to intimidate a 21-year-old? I have not engaged with harassment and I will not be intimidated by your threats. You threatening to false report me is actually insane. And then Animal says at the bottom here, too late. You've been reported. Lawyer up. Bro, what are you gonna sue the guy for? Defamation? Slander? You put your deviancy out in the public for everyone to see. You posted that shit publicly on Instagram, on Tumblr, on YouTube. If you can't take the hit, don't post shit. While I appreciate your advocacy in the past, in the present you've been kinda acting a little mental. For your mental health, stay a step back and relax and focus on your own hobbies. Okay, so that's a pretty nice message. No bullying, no slander, just giving some advice in a nice way. So how do you think Animal responds? Okay, that's it. Now I've got you in my metaphorical crosshairs, and this is targeted harassment. Lawyer up. Once again, mate, you chose to put out your pictures of you wearing the leather dog masks and, you know, being dominated by a fucking muscly man, and you posting your shit about 9/11 roleplay on public platforms. If you can't take the hit, don't post shit. Just like, why can't you understand that? It's so simple. Like, think about it this way. If you didn't post those pictures and you didn't post those podcast episodes, no one would harass you, right? So therefore, it's your own fault you ended up in the mud. So, in conclusion, Animal needs to be locked up in a mental hospital and possibly have 50% of his brain removed. Honestly, that's the only way to somehow settle him down. But anyway guys, that is the end of this very epic commentary video. Thank you all so much for watching and for all of your support. Remember to subscribe, like, comment, turn notifications on. Please comment because it really helps me out in the algorithm. Also, join my Discord server and follow me on the cesspit known as Twitter. Also, please don't send any hate to Animal, it's just unneeded and I don't want him and his fucking pub kink buddies to come in here and bite my testicles off. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye!